Everybody, Jeff Schneider. I want to speak to the leaders today, sales managers, vice presidents, executives, entrepreneurs. And the message is, if you're going to disappoint me early. This is a mantra that I came up with when I was a sales manager, and it's specifically related to forecasting. So it would go like this. I would sit down with a rep and I'd say, what's your 30, 60, 90, right? Tell me what you're closing this month, next month, the month after. And they'd give me their number and I'd say, show me where that's coming from in terms of accounts. And they'd say, this one's 90%, this one's 90%. And I'd go, okay, I'm banking on it. And we come to the end of the month and only half of it would come in, or 65% or whatever. And I'd be upset. And so I'd sit down with them. I'd say, what happened? Well, excuse. Okay, what are you going to do this month? 30, 60, 90, same thing. And so after about 3 or 4 months, it dawned on me, it isn't their fault, it's my fault. I have to teach them how to to forecast. I have to teach them how to be honest with themselves and with me about what's really closing. And so I took out a spreadsheet. I said, look, if it's 90%, I'm only going to take 90% of the dollars towards your bottom line. If it's 50%, only half. So here's where you're really at. And then I started coming back to them at the start of the next month. And I said, you said you were going to do this. This is what you actually did. Let's be more realistic, right? And I started saying to them quite literally, I'm not as disappointed at the start of the month when you deliver bad news to me. But when you say that you're going to do something and you aren't able to do it, I don't want to hear excuses, right? Let's be realistic and build in contingencies at the start of the month. And so this is a principle that I think extends to a lot of other areas as well. Teaching your people that it's better to disappoint you early, deliver bad news early. Don't try and be Pollyannish about all of this, because in the end, if it doesn't come through, I'm not the only one who's going to be upset. My boss is, their boss. We're a publicly traded company. Wall Street's going to punish the stock. So let's learn to be realistic. We want to, on one hand, be optimistic, right? And find a way to get some things done, but be realistic enough that when you begin to sense a deal isn't going to come in, or you aren't going to be able to complete a project on time, that you let me or other people in the organization or your clients know as early as possible when we can still do something about it. People have to be trained to be able to do that. Hey, thanks for watching today. I appreciate it. If this resonates with you and you're wondering if there might be some way that I could help your sales team, let's set up a conversation. Good selling.